Hi everyone, welcome back to Learning Village. I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe. So I am back with another data engineering related video. I know it is going to be after a very long time, but this topic is going to be worth listening and it is very important to know. Why? Because this was the most often asked questions and lots of students, entry level freshers, some experienced working professionals, they were reaching out to me that they are preparing for the data engineering role interviews. So how much coding is required to crack data engineering related roles? So I thought to create this video where I can help you with some important topics of data structures, algorithms, and their level of questions based on my experience, like in these 4 years of experience, whatever interviews I have gone through. So what would be the level of those coding questions and some reference questions for practice as well. So I will help you with those things. But before talking about that part, I will touch upon few things. First thing, like if you are watching this video for the very first time and you are someone who is aspiring data engineer or trying to take a move into this data engineering domain, then I have always emphasized on this thing that if you want to understand the importance of coding, problem solving, data structures in the data engineering role, then first you need to have a good understanding of roles and responsibilities of a data engineer. And for that, I have created a playlist. You can check my previous videos. That kind of doubt will be clarified, that why I am going to talk about this DSA stuff related to data engineer role. And second thing is that the interview process for data engineer role, it is not identical to the software engineering profiles, because in most of the software engineering related roles, their prime focus in the initial rounds, like starting 1-2 rounds, their prime focus would be the problem solving, data structures, algorithm related questions. And even their level would be medium hard, and even sometimes advanced questions as well. So for the data engineering role, this is the good thing I would say. And not even the data engineering domain, but whatever job profiles are available in the big data domain, even you will be surprised to know that there are a couple of job profiles where even coding is not required at all. Like those typical DSA things is not required. For example, data analyst, business analyst. I will create a separate video where I'll talk about the different job profiles available in the big data domain, their category wise, their skill set wise. I will create a separate video for that. But here, my prime focus is the data engineering role. So just understand that different. For the data engineering role, even in the interviews, you will not be asked any advanced type of things or questions. So second thing was that. And third thing is that if you are a student or just about to graduate, right? So for you guys, these things plays very important role. You cannot take it for granted that like because of my video, you thought that for a data engineering role, even as a fresh grad, it would be normal for you. No, it is not going to be that normal for you guys, because you are just about to graduate. You have focus on the problem solving, coding, programming, data structures, algorithm, your computer science fundamentals in your curriculum. And those companies will judge you on that part only, because as a fresh grad, they are restricted to judge you on that criteria. And if you have done good projects, definitely it would be a plus. There will be a good discussions around that, and it will put a positive impact. But definitely it will play a very important role for you. So for you guys, I would say this video can help you with the topics and these things and some reference questions, but you need to put extra efforts in order to land into the IT industry, because like problem solving DSA would be the important thing for you in the initial rounds. And fourth thing, like in the data engineering interviews, what happens, interviewers will mostly incline towards your in-depth understanding about the big data ecosystem, your designing skills like designing batch pipeline, real-time pipeline, near real-time pipelines, what kind of frameworks you have worked upon, like how you build those custom scalable optimized pipelines, challenges, everything. They will like test you on that part. And since like coding part and the DSA part will also play an important role in your day-to-day activities, so in the initial rounds, definitely they will touch upon that part as well. Probably let's say you appeared in a company which is a good product-based company, so they can even send you a test link from a HackerRank or any platform where you need to solve those coding questions. Even let's say if that is not going to happen, so in the first round, second round, the interviewer may ask you some problem solving related questions. So this thing will happen. But what I have observed, this thing is going to be pretty common for the folks who are having around 1 year experience till 5 years of experience range. But if you're someone who is having more than 5-6 years of experience, then this thing will play less important in the interview rounds. Like I would say even after like 7, 8, 10 years of experience, this thing will completely vanish. Like testing on the code, DSA stuff and everything, their prime focus again, your architecting skills, your designing skills for the pipelines, and the in-depth knowledge of big data ecosystem. So these were the things which I wanted to clarify before jumping onto the topic discussion, the level of questions. I'm pretty sure now you can clearly understand that the things I'm going to talk about here, it will be more important for the folks who are in this range 1 to 5 years of experience, and trying to move into this data engineering role anyhow. So now I'll show you those topics which I have listed down and we'll discuss one by one. So these are the topics which you can see on the screen, and as a note you can see I have mentioned the level of questions is going to be like easy, medium until the medium, not beyond that. Based on my experience, I am telling you this thing, like if you are putting your extra efforts in order to prepare hard and advanced level questions and topics, I would say it is not required or necessary from the perspective of data engineering interviews. So if I talk about the topics, so we have important and basic topics like arrays, strings, linked list. So for an example, if I give you an example of medium level questions, right, of an array, then very popular and pet question, like you are given an array, you need to find all the pairs where sum will be equals to given value x. So this is like kind of medium questions. And similarly for the strings, like reverse, like frequency of character or word, and palindrome related questions and permutation related questions. And even in the linked list, we have like other types of linked list, like singly linked list, doubly linked list, circular linked list, and the like priority key implementation using linked list. So there is no need to jump onto those extra parts like circular, priority queues, and advanced topic related the doubly linked list. If you have practiced good questions related to singly linked list and doubly linked list, that is good and fine enough. Fourth and fifth, like this is important, the searching part and the sorting. So these are algorithms. Definitely in searching, most common thing would be the binary search. So even in the interviews, interviewer can ask you a simple straightforward binary search implementation or any questions which is related to modified version of binary search. So like solving questions around this binary search algorithm will also be important. And for the sorting parts, you should have a good understanding, like from the complexity wise, space complexity wise, their worst case complexity, average case, best case. So you should have a good understanding of all these sorting algorithms, where and when you can implement these things. So this is important. Now like metrics, hashing, stack, and queues, these are also important data structures like matrix 2D arrays. So if I talk about medium level questions, so you have sorted rows and sorted columns, like the elements which are in the matrix, they are sorted in the row wise and in the column wise as well, and you need to search an element. So it is basically like this thing can be done with searching algorithms, like even you will see the implementation of binary search here as well. So this was just an example why I'm talking about easy, medium, and medium level questions. So similarly hashing, like counting frequency related questions, and even stack, pet questions. If I talk about parenthesis balancing, and even in the queues there will be medium level questions. So you just need to practice those kind of stuff. And in the trees, like three important things I have seen in the questions, mostly like binary tree related questions and some questions related to binary search tree as well. And in the tree topic, the important one would be like their tree traversals, the complexity part. And if I talk about some pet questions related to binary tree, so finding the diameter, height, and calculating the sum, calculating the count of leaf nodes, left view, right view, top view of a tree, bottom view of a tree. So these are some really pet questions. And even in the same goes with the binary search tree, because their implementation is a bit different with their like normal binary tree. So it follows some specific properties. So there will be some questions around that. And even in the trees, like we know there are advanced topics as well, like AVL tree, red black tree, and many other things. If you know about those advanced part in a theoretical way, that would be fine. No need to jump on like coding each and everything there. And ninth point is like heap data structure, min heap, max heap. So it is also very important from the coding rounds perspective. There could be indirect questions where you will be implementing min heap or max heap in an indirect way. So like understanding of its applications becomes very important, and even like implementation part as well. Next, like the dynamic programming, most important one. So for that, I would say definitely first you need to focus on the recursion part and how to write recursive programs and all, and then slowly move on to solving the dynamic programming related questions. So for that, definitely good resources available across the internet on the YouTube or the Google or different websites you can follow. Like in the later part of this video, I'll be sharing some reference questions or those pet questions, like which you can take as a reference and start with these parts. And the last one would be the graph. So it is a broad topic for sure, and number of things need to be studied. Few important things which I have seen or which I have faced in the interviews, like talking about graph and theoretical concepts about different applications or different algorithms which are in the graph data structures. So if I talk about the common one, so the graph traversal like BFS, DFS, its applications, very important to know about. And then there are other concepts like minimum spanning tree, Prim's algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm, and we have Dijkstra, traveling salesman problem, and then other variations of the graphs, right? So you can definitely read about those concepts. Just have a like look, get a high level overview, what are the applications and why they are different with each other. That would be more than enough. But from the interview perspective, I would say this thing will be enough, like how to like just create and design those graphs, different properties of graphs, and knowing about its traversal and all. That would be more than enough. Since I have talked about the topics, now I will also help you guys with some reference questions as well. Don't treat these questions that only you need to practice this set of the questions. No, it is not like that. I have just prepared that list where I have put some common or very pet questions, you can say, according to the topic wise. You can just take a reference and start with the topics. So to just give you that start, after that when you will start practicing, you will find more and more questions and you can solve that. So just treat that document as a reference and start practicing those questions. Do not consider it as a like you need to practice only these set of questions. Like this is not true at all. This is the document which I have prepared. You can see here, right? So array, strings and linked list, other questions or different topics like I have covered here, and I have tried to put some common asked questions or like pet questions which I have seen based on my experience. So you can use this document. I will put this document link in the description, so make sure to check that out and download it. It will definitely help you to just begin with those topics. And again, I repeat, do not consider it as a like set of questions you only need to practice. If you're looking for the proper resources, that if you are a beginner into this like core data structures and algorithm part, we have good resources available across the internet like YouTube. There are good channels who are teaching the DSA part. And if you are talking about the sites, then we have Geeks for Geeks, Lead Code and other coding platforms as well. And as a coding platform, definitely Coding Ninjas can help you with your programming and data structures algorithm related journey, because they have prepared amazing courses of DSA in different languages. Their valuable content and amazing teaching assistance has helped thousands of students to land into their dream companies. So as I was talking about DSA course in different languages, so my prime focus would be on this course like Python Foundation with data structures, and it will solve two purposes. I will explain why. So Python is especially known as the language of data. Okay, and for the data engineering role, as I already talked about, like DSA part will play important role for the entry level freshers, like 1 to 5 years of experience. Probably if you go with this one, so it will solve two purpose, like you will get a good expertise on the Python side as well, and you will get a good hands-on on the data structures algorithm side as well. So here you can see like it is going to be a 4-6 months course duration. So far more than 30,000 students have enrolled them and 350 plus coding problems. So this is amazing stuff, like amazing content and good number of problems are available where you can play around and enhance your problem solving skill. So you can check this out, and if it looks good to you, then there is a one link which is in the description. If you will use that one, you will get extra 15% discount on this course. So that was all about in this video, guys. I hope you would have liked it, and whatever experience and topics related to the data structures algorithm part I have shared here, it will help you in your data engineering related interviews. If you like this content, then make sure to give a thumbs up, subscribe the channel, press the notification icon and share this video with aspiring data engineers. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, just stay safe, stay home, take care of yourself and your family too.